Hi guys! So the book I am going to read today is called The Littles and the Secret Letter. Tom and Lucy Little watched Henry Bigg's birthday party from their secret lookout place. I wish we could really go to the party, Lucy said sadly. Well, we can't, her brother said. Tom and Lucy's whole family lived inside the walls of Mr. and Mrs. Bigg's house. There was plenty of room for them because the Littles were very, very small. None of the Biggs even knew they were there. I don't see why we always have to hide from the Biggs, Lucy said. I want to be friends with Henry. We Littles don't need to be friends with the Biggs, Tom said. We have each other. Lucy thought about it. She could see that Tom was right. They always had good times with their family. Uncle Pete was a great darts player. Granny Little made the most wonderful dolls. And every Sunday night, the whole family played Go Fish. And yet, as she looked down at the party, Lucy wished for a friend her own age. I bet Henry would like me if he got to know me, she said. Tom flicked her furry tail. Forget it, he said. The Biggs must never know a thing about us. They might think we are animals and lock us up in a zoo. Lucy's face turned pale. Oh, Tom, she cried. I did a terrible thing. I wrote Henry a letter and put it with his presents, next to the card I made him. Oh, no, Tom said. I've got to get that letter before Henry reads it. He ran to the elevator and climbed inside. The Littles' elevator was made from a tin can. It went up and down between the walls. Tom rode down to the living room floor. Henry and his friends were playing pin the tail on the donkey, so no one saw Tom scoot across the room. Tom looked up and up and up at the Biggs table. It was covered with cards and presents. Hand over hand, Tom inched his way up the lamp cord. It felt like forever before he reached the top. Tom climbed onto a gift box and looked around. He spotted Lucy's letter and quickly snatched it up. But before he grabbed the birthday card, Tom heard Mrs. Biggs speak. There's just enough time to open the presents before we cut cake, Mrs. Biggs said. All the children ran to the table to see Henry's presents. Tom leaped into a pot of ivy to hide. He wished he had his green shirt instead on the red one. Someone might see him. Tom had an idea. He pulled a green leaf around him. Now he was safe. Henry started opening his cards and presents. Tom held his breath when Henry got to Lucy's card. It's so tiny, Mrs. Biggs said. Who is it from? It's from some girl named Lucy Little, Henry said. Who's she? Mrs. Biggs asked. I don't know, Henry said. Somebody must be playing a joke on me. He tossed the card aside and opened the next present. At last it was time for the cake. Henry and his friends went into the kitchen. This was Tom's chance to get away. Lucy was waiting when Tom stepped out of the elevator. You got my letter? She said. You saved us. Together, Tom and Lucy tore up the letter. Then Lucy gave her big brother a big hug. I still wish we had some other children to play with, Lucy told Tom, but I know I'll never find a better friend than you. The end.